Hello, boxing fans around the world. Thank you for joining me once again here on Talk and Fight for another episode of Boxing News Today. And let's start off with some results out of California. Engelbrecht Productions and Events returned to the hangar at the OC Fair and Event Center in Costa Mesa, California for the first show of 2024. And it was yet another great night of fights that had something for everyone. 4 boxing matches, an MMA clash, and even a sword fight. Yes, that's right. The event opened with some fine fencing skills on display before a very appreciative crowd. The swords moved swiftly as the audience cheered on this very intricate art form. The combatants showed strong resolve and really set the stage for great action to follow as the evening moved on. There's something new for boxing fans. All right, let's move along to another big fight that we're watching all week. Ricky Perez has upset Jojo Diaz. Super lightweight Jesus Perez, 25-5, 18 knockouts, scored a hard-fought split decision over former world champion Jojo Diaz Jr., 35-5-1, 50 knockouts on Thursday night at the Commerce Casino and Hotel in Commerce, California. After a 10-round slugfest, judges had it 95-94 for Diaz, 96-94, and a ridiculous 99-90, courtesy of Lumaret for Perez. Diaz was deducted a point in round 5 for shoving Perez through the ropes. Jojo has now lost 4 of his last 5. The scheduled co-feature between flyweights Ricardo El Nino Sandoval and Jason Mama was scrapped when Mama tested positive for hepatitis C. Super welterweight prospect Edward Tudor, 10-1, bounced back from his first loss with an 8-round unanimous decision over Luis Ramos, 6-3-1, 6 knockouts. Unbeaten super bantamweight Jorge Chavez, 10-0, 7 knockouts, outscored Diel Uguin, who's now 16-35-7 over 6 rounds. Chavez recovered from a first-round knockdown to win all the judges' scorecards. Unbeaten lightweight Joshua Garcia is now 7-0, scored first-round knockout against Eric Lozada. A flush right-hand finished Lozada at 1 minute 45 seconds of that first round. Pro debuting middleweight Sasha Tudor, 0-1-1. 0 knockouts against Jose S. Gonzalez. Battle to a 4-round draw. Let's have a look and see if we have. Oh, yes, we had Christy Martin putting on a fight in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, United States. Victor Hernandez going toe-to-toe against Jose Garcia for the NABA USA featherweight title. A variety of other people on that card. I'm just trying to see if there's any women on the card. Doesn't look like it. But congratulations to Christy Martin's down at Christy Martin Promotions, putting on a fight at a venue called John T. Rhodes Sports Complex, as I said, in Myrtle Beach. And that was streamed on Triller TV. They have announced the undercard for the Sabita Hughes fight. The DAZN undercard is set for March 16th, IBF and WBA lightweight eliminator, featuring knockout machine William El Cameron Zapita, 29-0, 25 knockouts, and Maximus Hughes, 26-6-2. That's taking place at the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas. The undercard featuring one of our favorites here in Talkin' Fight, undefeated and highly regarded lightweight Floyd Kid Austin Schofield, 16-0. He's going to take on Esturi El Puma Suaro, 13-1, in a 10-round co-feature. In the WBA featherweight final eliminator, Victor El Tornado Morales Jr., 19-0-1, 9 knockouts, faces Luis the Twist Nunez, 19-0 in a 10-rounder. And here's one we're looking forward to in the women's division. In a bad blood rematch, Marlon Esparza, 14-1, will put her unified WBA, WBC, WBO female flyweight titles on the line against Gabriela Alines, 14-1 with 6 knockouts in a 10-round fight. But opening the broadcast is cruiserweight Tristan Sweet Tea Calcruth, 12-1, who's going to meet up with Marquise Weston, 15-2-1, and middleweight Eric Priest. So there's going to be 3 fighters in there. Middleweight Eric Priest faces a fighter to be announced. Eric Priest, by the way, is 12-0, 8 knockouts. Middleweight took up 4. We're looking forward towards the Oshaki Foster fight against Abraham Nova. That's coming up shortly. And a whack of really good fighters on the undercard taking place at the Madison Square Garden in New York City, promoted by Top Rank. Let's have a quick look. Yes, speaking of the women's division, we've got some quotes here from Seniesa Estrada. The chance to become undisputed champion would be a dream come true for that young fighter. and not just the end game. The two-division and reigning WBC WBA strawweight champ is set for her long-awaited grudge match against Costa Rica's Yocasta Valle, who will risk her IBF and WBO belts. It's courtesy of BoxingScene.com, a great story. Barring a draw or no contest, or undisputed champion will be crowned for the first time ever at strawweight, male or female. Estrada hopes it'll be the first of several divisions where she can achieve that status. She said, I just hope to please my fans that night by coming undisputed. My goal is to be undisputed in multiple weight classes. After that, I want to move up, whether it's flyweight or junior flyweight, and do the same there as well. The Estrada Valle fight will serve as the co-feature of the March 29th ESPN Plus telecast from Desert Diamond Arena over in Glendale, Arizona, where the show's headliner pits former two-division titleist Oscar Valdez, 31-2, and former title challenger Liam Wilson, 13-2, in a junior lightweight battle. Very good. Let's move along to Tsyzu out of Australia. Says he still wants to fight Terence Crawford after he faces Keith Thurman next month. And their headliner taking place on Amazon Prime pay-per-view March 30th. Is Tsyzu from Down Under. Is 24-0, 17 knockouts, doesn't want to be overlooked. And doesn't want to overlook the former WBA, WBC welterweight champ Thurman, 30-1. But he can't help thinking about the fight with the unbeaten Crawford, 40-0, 31 knockouts, who's been in negotiations with before the fight with one time was offered to him. Crawford would be unavailable for a while if undisputed super middleweight champ Canelo Alvarez selects him for his next opponent on May 4th, as we discussed the other day. If not, Tsyzu will certainly target him next if he gets past 35-year-old Thurman. Interesting thing about Thurman, what Tsyzu said was regarding money. He said, comfort, I think. I mean, where's his drive? These guys make a few bucks, get some attention, everything changes. They aren't as hungry anymore. But me, I'm never content, never satisfied, which isn't exactly the best thing in life either, said Tsyzu about Thurman being inactive for 29 months. Most fans believe that the millions Thurman made from his fight against Manny Pacquiao in 2019 destroyed his ambition, causing him to sit inactive, enjoying his money, buying stuff, and not wanting to return to work like normal folk who work for a living. Said Tsyzu, his money runs out if that happens. Maybe he'll be back because clearly it's all about money for him, not legacy. But there is unfinished business between us, so he does need this sort his shit out, he said. So, and, that was with respect to whether or not he thinks Jermell Charlo will ever fight again. And as I said, it's all about the money. Alrighty, let's move on to money himself, Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn's excited about signing knockout artist, 140-pounder IBF champ Subriel Matias to his Matchroom stable, and he targets Teofimo Lopez next. Hearn says he's got many fights that he wants to set up for the hard-hitting Matias, 20 knockouts, chiefly a unification clash against WBO light welterweight champ Teofimo Lopez. Hearn wants Teofimo to agree to the fight with Matias next, and he's asking him to respond to his call-out for that fight. Understandably, Teofimo might choose to decline that risky fight with the dangerous Puerto Rican and continue focusing on his own plans of trying to get a clash with Terence Crawford, as I just mentioned earlier. Hearn's matchmaking wish list includes the winner of the Ryan Garcia-Devin Haney fight upcoming, Liam Perro, I believe, is undefeated, Dalton Smith, and the winner of the Rolly Romero-Isaac Cruz fight. So, said Eddie Hearn, everybody knows how deep we are at 140, but you need champions, you need big names. And it's really good to see that he signed a great one in Subriel Matias. The name mentioned frequently as the first opponent Matias wants to fight under Matchroom's banner is the unbeaten Liam Perro. He's number 7 on the IBF list, 24-0, 17 knockouts. And that fight is being mentioned as possibly for this summer, June or July. Obviously, we're involved with Haney in the Garcia fight. Richard Hitchens, he's the final eliminator for Subriel Matias at Hearn. Liam Perro, he could be a good potential opponent for Subriel Matias in May. You've got Dalton Smith. He's going to be fighting Zepeda. Richardson Hitchens wouldn't be as interesting of a fight for Matias, considering he's a pot shot mover and would likely be hitting and running all night, making it boring for the fights. But he's going to be right up there, says Hearn. With all the promoters coming together, we've got a champion, Matias, who's going to give a great time every time. And as I said about Teofimo, if Top Rank Guards come out and play with Subriel Matias, yes, please. If Rolly beats Isaac Cruz, yes, please. Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia winner, yes, please. I'll put this kid in with anyone. He's special, said Hearn about the fights he wants from Matias. So let's see what happens. And that's all the news fit to print today. Thanks for joining me here on Talkin' Fight. Appreciate it very much. We'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for me. And enjoy your boxing.